Hello, I believe we are live. Please give me a moment. I'll make sure everything is working fine and we shall get started. Okay, everything to be brilliant. Okay. Yeah. So, hello, my name is Ozair and thanks for joining in today's YouTube live stream. Every day I go online at 5 o'clock UK time from a beautiful part of the world. Today I'm in, where am I? British Columbia, Canada. Thanks to my green screen. So I hope you're enjoying the view as much as I am. Okay, so today I'm going to go through Google Ads in-market audience, what it is, why you should use it, and what it is used for. So there are lots of different ways of targeting different audiences in ads, as you may well know. And in-market audience is another great way to target someone who is actively searching for your kind of products or services. So what in-market means is they are in the market to make a purchase, or they are actively searching and looking for your products or services. So how does Google classify someone in that audience? Well, every time someone goes to Google and puts in a search term query, that is put into a database. Google knows our searching, surfing, and our life history. There are millions and millions of data points which they have, and they will then absolutely know pretty accurately that I'm looking to buy a phone or a football or shoes or shirts or whatever. And if an advertiser is targeting that in-market audience, then potentially their ads will come in front of me, and I may not be aware of that company, product, or brand, and I will find, wow, this is something similar which I was looking for. So let's check it out, and I can potentially get that click on that banner ad or the ad and go to that website. So let me go on to my Google Slides. There's only a handful of slides, and then I'm going to go into Google Ads interface and we'll set up an in-market audience. Before I do that, there are a few hellos. Okay, Sandy Entertainments, you send me some questions, that's fine. Precious Pearls, hello there back. Raj, Suraj, hello there, and thank you everyone for being here. Truly appreciate it. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat box, or if you are viewing the recording, I'll put them in the comment box underneath, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. Okay, so back to in-market audience. So what this is all about. I'm gonna bring up my pointer. So it's useful for advertisers who are looking to raise a brand awareness and drive consideration among people who are in the market to purchase a particular type of goods or product. So Google knows someone is searching and looking for a product or service, and you may be targeting that product, that person or that audience. And when they go online and they are surfing, your ads can be put in front of those people and that audience. So if you don't have a big list, remarketing list or an audience list, in-market audience is the hottest audience you can have after your remarketing list, because they are actively searching for that product or service. And this, I believe the data is as fresh as the last 14 days or so. So that search has been made very recently. It is the complete opposite of the affinity audience, which is a long-term audience. So if I am a football fan and I go to the internet to check the football score or check out my team or the results, Google knows that I go to these sites every day. So I'm in a long-term interest or affinity. Whereas in market is, I could be in the market to renew my car insurance. So I will only start looking for that insurance company or any new insurance company for car insurance, home insurance, or any kind of insurance when my insurance is about to expire. So I will not be looking for insurance quotations all year round. I'll only have a short space of time in which I will be searching and looking for it. And this is where you hit that audience with your ads. So you can reach potential customers when they're actively looking to buy products or services in the near future, or may have a high propensity to buy an item if presented with the right offer. Now, obviously, your offer is also important, that you need to have a good price, good offer, good landing page, and a good website to entice that person who stumbled upon your ad. They clicked on it, they came to your website, and they had never considered your brand or never considered your company to buy from. They stumbled upon you and they go, oh, this looks really good and it's a great offer. I'm going to sign up or make that purchase. So it's not only about the audience, it's also lots of different things in the path to a conversion which needs to be very well set up. So in-market audience would not be classified as the top of the funnel audience where we don't know who they are. We know that these are the people who are looking for that product or service. So these are classified as the mid-funnel audience or the middle of the funnel marketing to get your message in front of those people. And most likely they are likely to buy your product and consider you for your company to buy from. Okay, so let's go into Google Ads. I'm just having a quick look on the comments. That's fine. I'll come on to all these questions, those of you who have put them up, after I finish the quick demo of how we set this up. So all we do is I'm gonna quickly create a new campaign, nothing complicated, keep it very simple, standard display campaign. You can put in your business website in there if you like. Put in, oops, test all countries. It really doesn't matter. I just want to go and set up an ad group. There you are. Okay. So the way I would do this is like every other type of setup. I keep the targeting very granular. So I don't want to put in lots of different in-market audiences in one ad group. I'll keep them separate so that I can bid accordingly and see how these audiences are performing. As soon as you go in here, you will see over here in-market audience, and this is about SEO and search engine marketing services. And you will have a little bit of description if you hover your mouse on it and put that pop-up up. People who influence purchasing decisions for services that provide search engine optimization or marketing. Impressions weekly, 10 billion to 1 trillion. Okay, because I had selected the whole world. But then if you are selecting your country or your location, then you will get that estimated number of impressions. You can see how small or big your market size is. as I said earlier on, that I had put all countries. I've got some more over here: in-market audience, web services, advertising, marketing. So what I would do is domain registration and so on. So if I was promoting my business or my services for Google Ads, I would name this campaign as in market, because I could have an affinity campaign, I could have any other kind of targeting which I'm using. So straight away I know that this is an in-market audience, and I'll call this display DSPL image or text ads which I'm putting up in here. Location I can put in there. So this is the kind of naming convention which we keep for our campaign names. We can also put in the target CPA. So let's say if I want to generate a lead for £100, or if it for a shopping campaign, obviously not this one, then we put in the ROAS number or the figure. So just by looking at this, I can see straight away. In fact, one important thing which I missed out. So let's say this is running on the mobile. So then we will just run this campaign on mobile, and then we copy and paste this in editor and just change the targeting or the bid adjustments on the devices from mobile to tablet or to computer. So just by looking at this name, straight away I'll get a fair amount of information as to what this campaign is all about and what it is targeting. So I will not have any ad groups which are being targeted by affinity. Let's say I will have another campaign for that. So we can have, each campaign will have 3 different campaigns, one for mobile, computer and tablet. Keep them, well, I keep them separate because it makes sense. Unless the campaign volume is very low, then you can put all 3 together. And just by looking at your campaign data, you don't have to go into the devices section and see which one is performing and which one isn't performing. I can straight away see at a top level view, mobile is eating up all the budget and not performing, whereas computer is limited by budget and is profitable. So I can easily and quickly shift the budget from the non-performing campaigns, which is the mobile one, onto the profitable one. So naming convention will help you manage your campaigns a bit more efficiently. Okay, so let's go back here, and the same thing I would do is over here. I would call that, now I don't need to call it in market again, because the campaign level or the campaign name is all about in market. Just do that, and then I'm going to create my ads and create my campaign. Once I've done that, continue to campaign. Now what you can do is, obviously you don't want to copy and paste these without the ads in them. Put your ads in, and then you go to copy, paste. Select your campaign. Now this is so tedious in here, because if you got 10 campaigns to do, it takes ages. Look at it, it's still running in the background, and you might as well go and make a cup of tea or coffee and come back, and still this might be churning away in the background. The best way and the quickest way is through editor. You do copy paste. In fact, I might do a little demo tomorrow, how quick and easy it is to set up and target these audiences within a different ad group. I think I'll do that. Okay, so now I've got the same one. I don't know which one I'm going to target. Not the ads. I want to go into the audiences. First, I need to remove this. This is why I don't normally work in the interface for when building up these campaigns. 100 times quicker in editor. And those of you who don't know what I'm talking about or what editor is, come and join in tomorrow. I'll show you a lightning fast workflow. Okay, so let's go with advertising and marketing services. Right, so I'm going to select that and save it. And I'm going to go at the ad group level. I'll call this advertising and marketing. And then you can keep on making as many ad groups as you want. And then straight away, you'll be able to see which ones are performing, which ones are expensive, which ones are profitable, and so on. If one of these ad groups is eating up or taking up the whole budget and the other ad groups are not getting a look in, then what you want to do is to peel and stick. And what I mean by that is, let's say this one is taking up all the budget and none of these other ones are getting any impressions. Then I would copy this one from here, pause it, and take this into its own campaign. If you are limited by budget, if you are not, then obviously you can increase the budget here and see if it still carries on the same way. If that is so, then take it away and give advertising and marketing, or whichever ad group it is, its own budget. And that's how I would set up our in-market audiences. Fairly easy, just like any other audiences you would set up. Try it, test it, and see how it works. So I'm going to go on to the comments and the questions now and see what we've got. If you haven't put in any questions, now it's your turn to put them in. So Sandeep from Sandy Entertainments is asking, is when we have to create in-market audience and when we have to use it for awareness or remarketing. Well, they're not quite remarketing, but as I explained earlier on, and I hope you have seen the early part of this video, that you are going after those people who are searching and searching for your products or your kind of products and services. So it's pretty powerful way of targeting those audiences. Ayush Sharma, how does custom combination works? Good question. Let me show you. Go to your audience manager, plus go to custom combination, and now you can target a combination of visitors to your website, or you can exclude them. It could be any of these and or none of these. So you could have, if I want someone who visited 3 or more pages on my website and clicked on a video view or video play, I want that, or I want to target those, because what you can do is then target those audience very aggressively with a high bid, because you know that they were very interested and engaged on my website, but they did not quite convert. So you can make as many audiences as you want through Google Analytics, bring them in over here. Let's say a session is greater than 60 seconds I want, and I want a YouTube video viewer who has either subscribed to my channel or watched any of my video as an ad or viewed all videos. So you can pick up a combination, or you can make as many combinations as you like, really, and create and save it. And now you got although your audience size will be fairly small, but you need a fair amount of traffic to your website, otherwise this won't work. But then if you've got a decent amount of traffic, you can really go after this audience, which we call it as a custom combination. Create it, and then you can keep on using them as and when you want. Okay. Precious Pearls from Bahrain. Hello there. Good to see you here. Okay, Haraj, Suraj. Okay, where is your question? Does display ads contribute in making ad revenue? Well, are you talking about, well, Google makes their ad revenue from display ads or any kind of ads. And the way you will make revenue is by driving good quality traffic to your website and converting them. I'm not sure what you mean by if then. Please give some tips to maximize that ad revenue. I think you're talking about Google AdSense. That's completely different to Google Ads, where you place banners of other advertisers on your website or blog. And when somebody comes to your website and you're driving traffic to your blog or your website landing pages or whatever, and they click on that ad which has been placed by Google, then yes, you will get a percentage of that click cost to you. So that's completely different. Suraj, call recording in call ads is only available for US numbers. That's right, at the present moment. It should roll out to all the countries pretty soon. So right now you probably will need to use a third-party app if you want to record your calls. Hi Adam. If you're running a text search and display campaign, would dedicating 30% of the budget towards the display ads be sufficient? For sure, I would allocate most of the budget to the search and then put some budget to the display and see how it goes. And then what you could do is run display ads with text ads only and responsive display ads and see what happens. And obviously in market affinity, just create different campaigns, display campaigns, and then see which one is getting so look at the top of the funnel metrics first. Don't compare display to search. You should never do that, because otherwise you'll stop that display campaign in 2 days, because you will never get the same results as the search. But display will help the conversions in the search as well, because if you are building up your brand and then somebody is going to Google and typing in mycompanyname.com or my company, then I know that people are starting to recognize my brand, remember my brand. And branding and brand awareness will only be through display and video ads. Search ads will not help you in branding. I mean, we all go to Google. Do you remember which company's ads did you see on the Google page when you last went? It may well have been a few hours ago. Probably not, because they all look the same, blue headlines and black text and all that. But when you've got a very attractive looking ad with your fonts, your brand colors, your logo, and your images and videos, then people will start to recognize you, and you will start to get that brand awareness, and that will filter through into your search campaigns. So yeah, start with 30%. Yeah, not too bad actually. I think it's a bit on the high side, but it really depends on your campaign metrics. Raj, how to make landing page attractive for Google Ads? Well, you want to make landing pages which convert. Sometimes I find the ugliest looking landing pages convert the best, and the prettiest looking ones perform the best. So focus on the conversions, and Google is only going to drive traffic to your website or your landing page, and they are not concerned whether you get the conversion or not, although they want those conversions to happen because you are going to use Google Ads more and more. So it's in your best interest to split test and have a different A/B split testing your landing pages and see which one is working the best. Pratik, I have a question regarding change in CPLs. When we reduce daily budgets of our TCPA campaigns, we see the CPL go down even without reducing the TCPA. What may be the reason for that? First of all, I would not be tinkering with the TCPA campaigns on a daily basis. Let the algorithm run. If you keep adjusting your budgets and make changes to the campaign on a daily or regular basis, it will not perform as much as it ought to. I would never change these bids, or I beg your pardon, the budgets on a daily basis. So BWP info, I am confused about display search. Well, on display you don't search. I think you're talking about display text ads. So you can run text ads as well on the display, as well as image ads and video and the responsive display ads, which is a combination of text, image or video. So give me some tips on how to start basic AdWords. Well, you got over, I think, 500 videos on this channel, so you're in the right place. Start watching them. You got every kind of pretty much topic covered with regards to Google Ads over here. So you just go through them and pick your topics and start. Bolu Vijay Kumar, how to target all audiences in a state rather than specific? Too broad. The only time I have used all audiences or no audiences at all is when we have a product or a service which is applicable to everyone. So for example, let's say a mobile phone. Google had recently, not recently, but a few months ago, stopped all ads for mobile phone repair ads on the search network. So what we did was we just ran display ads, video ads in the local area to raise the brand awareness, because everybody has a phone. Most people have got kids and families and everybody, and most kids break their phones or drop their phones in water or whatever, and they need to be repaired. And this is why it's very restrictive, because we don't know when I would need someone to repair my phone. I can drop my phone out of my pocket tomorrow. So in that instance, yes, you would go very broad and in your local area or whichever location you want to target. Hi Mike, very interesting data about end markets. I understand it now, thank you. Yeah, try it. It's really good. Until you don't try different targeting and different audiences, you'll never know what works and what doesn't work. It's different. I used to get excited when others used to say, oh, you know, try this and try that. And when I would do that, it will never work. So now I take on board what someone else is talking about or saying, and then I try it and test it. Because it may work for me, it may not work for you, or it could be the other way around. Until you don't try it, you would never know what is happening. This is why when I get asked, quite often over here, or which is the best way to target, an audience. There's no best way. The best way is the one which works for you the best. Wesley, hello. Would you use in-market audience for YouTube in-stream ad to cold audiences and remarketing audiences? Well, these are not cold audiences, Wesley, because as I said earlier on, these are kind of like the middle of the funnel. They are actually looking for a product or a service you may have. So they're not cold. They are pretty warm and pretty hot because it's been a very recent search. If I've been searching for a car insurance in the last week, and unless it's a product, something like, let's say, emergency plumber or locksmith, you don't need to do that, to do these kind of campaigns, because I want my locksmith to come in or my plumber to come straight away, not after waiting for 1 week looking around for the best plumber or the cheapest plumber. So you don't want to be doing that. But for other purchases which are not, we don't buy it on instinct. We will consider, we will go to different places and then buy. Then this is an ideal. So something like car insurance. We won't just go to the first insurance company and renew or sign up for the car insurance. We will look around and shop around. So whenever somebody is shopping around, then this type of audience is perfect. Shanuk, how do you use if an ad is approved or not? I'm not sure what you mean. If it's not approved, you can't run any ads, and it will say in under your ads column eligibility, whether it is approved or not, or eligible or not. If it's disapproved, then it will say so as well. Raj, you're most welcome, Raj. Thank you for being here, and thank you to all of you being here as well. Really appreciate it. BWP info. Thank you for my answer for my question, and some of my friends recommend you to watch and learn. Stay safe and always guide us. Thank you, and you too, my friend. Yeah, everyone stay safe at the moment. These are difficult times indeed. Dipesh, I was there for weddings. What should be the targeting audience? Aha, that's a good question, because I used to do this all day long when I used to do wedding photography. So I have run campaigns for lots of other wedding photographers as well. So what you can do is create, go in here. Oh, where am I? I'm in custom combo. Campaign gone. So there's lots of ways you can target your wedding clients, audiences. Okay. So first you want to make sure that you are targeting and not on observation. I should have said that earlier on. Must make sure do that. Campaign and not in the others. Then it's not a great way to run the workflow. I think I just got disconnected for a little while. I don't know whether you guys heard the reply, but Adam, what I said was I would keep it separate, because that's how we run our account and our campaign. So we don't want to do in some accounts and campaigns mix and match all those audiences, and in some accounts have them separate. Just get into a routine and a discipline, rather. And even if it's small, it doesn't matter. Then you know that this audience is not working. Switch it off and get it out of the way. Thank you, Richard, for your comment, and thank you all for being here. If you haven't subscribed, then please do so, and just give a little thumbs up. I'll appreciate that. So that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know from which part of the world, but I'll be somewhere very nice thanks to my green screen. And I hope you can join me tomorrow. And till then, stay safe and God bless and goodbye.